Mag212, and this is my Panther integrated into a Centurion shell with a rapid strike stock made to look like a Hyperion shotgun from the game Borderlands 2. Now try saying that 5 times fast. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I also have LEDs. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about the mods, the paints I used, and then I'm going to show you it firing. So first off, this was inspired by Borderlands 2, which is a video game. I think it looks a lot like a Hyperion shotgun. I thought it looked a lot like it, so I gave it a paint job that's typical of that kind of gun. So now into the modifications. The only functioning blaster in this gun is the Panther. The Panther was integrated into the Centurion, which I cut the stock off of and used in my Rapid Strife. I cleared out the Centurion shell, and since everyone hates the Centurion, I thought it would be really funny to put a Panther inside. The Panther fit in perfectly. I just modified the Panther shell a little bit, and the shell is actually still in there. That's what's holding the internals in. So the internals are very sturdy. I secured them inside, and as you can see, the pump fits perfectly in here. This little hole right here is where the barrel for the Centurion used to attach, and the pump for the Panther actually fits very nicely, and there's very little friction. As for the mods to the Panther, I've filled the dead space in the pump, plugged the overpressure valve, and added a 1/2-inch CPVC coupler. As well as the integration of the Panther into the Centurion shell, I decided to add a Rapid Strike stock. I have a ton of Rapid Strike stocks because I've minimized almost every Rapid Strike I've ever gotten. I added the Rapid Strike stock not only because I had a lot of them, but because it really looks like a stock from the game Borderlands. Now that I've covered all the mods, I'll go into the LEDs. I have 4 right here where the ridiculous bolt handle used to be, and I think it's really cool because it lights up really nicely. You can't see it very well in broad daylight, so I'll show you it later when it's dark. I've also added 5 up here in the access door, and 3 down here in the former magazine well. I've also added some LEDs up here in these holes that I've drilled into it. I've modified the shell so that I can have more light shine out. There's nothing going on here, so I decided to drill holes, and I added 2 LEDs here and 1 down here. I think the LEDs look very nice. The switch is located up here, and it's a flip switch, so you could just turn it on and off very easily, and it's not in the way or anything. And yes, this is the gun from my LEDs tutorial, so if you want to know how to put LEDs in your Nerf gun, go watch that video. So now on to the paints that I used on this. I painted this gun to look like a Hyperion shotgun. If anyone's ever played Borderlands, they'll know that a lot of the shotguns from that game have a gold and a single red stripe on the side. The black was a black vinyl dye, which can be purchased at automotive stores, AutoZone, other places like that. Then I used a gold brush paint, which is very nice, and a red. Both of those paints are Citadel paint. The red is Evil Sunz Scarlet, and the gold is Auric Armor Gold. I didn't brush over the red and the gold because I was going after a specific look, and I think it turned out really nicely. Some of you probably noticed that I have stenciled Hyperion on here. Hyperion is a brand of guns from the game Borderlands, along with Vladoff, which I've talked about in one of my other videos. I've stenciled this on. I just cut with my X-Acto knife into painter's tape. Then I put the stencil of painter's tape on top, and I used a white brush paint to brush, and then when I pulled the stencil off, it looked very nice afterwards. So now that I'm done with all the boring stuff, I'll show you a firing demo. Load the dart inside the piece of PVC like so, then take it and insert it into the coupler inside. Pump this handle 8 to 10 times, and then press the trigger right there to release the dart. Since this gun is based off a shotgun, it might as well shoot like a shotgun. So as you can see from the firing demo, this gun shoots incredibly hard. It's much more comfortable than the Panther. Some people might ask me why I spent $50 just for a cosmetic modification, and the reason is because I hate the Centurion and I was just spiting the people who like it, and I also thought it would be really funny for the people who disliked it. But overall, I think it's very comfortable. The stock is very nice, and it's adjustable, so if you want it to be shorter, you can also do that. I prefer it out because it's more comfortable, and you kind of have something to push against when you're pumping the Panther. That's all I have to say about this gun. I'm happy about the paints, how it fires, the looks, and pretty much everything. So that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. Tell me what you think about the gun in the description box below. But otherwise, that's my video. Thanks for watching.